What's up, YouTube? Son of Soul said, Mine's Life, and we are back.
We're back.
Yes, with day 23
Yeah.
on getting the love you want. And tonight, Dr. Myers, what are we talking about?
New birth.
Yes,
Yes.
the new birth. And what do we mean by new birth?
What we mean is coming outside of your shell, really opening your heart to compassion and to the perspective of others.
Really? So really mean surrendering to love,
Yes,
you
not
know?
with, that's how you rebirth yourself.
Right, right.
Mhm.
So you come from a place of power,
Mhm.
so and that place of power is saying that, you know what, I want to understand why you're upset with me.
Mhm.
Not that place of, okay, I understand you now, I want you to understand me. No, you come from that place of really wanting to understand that person.
Right.
So you don't interject with your needs and wants. You really genuinely listen to that person.
Right.
Try to have empathy.
And this can go beyond just a relationship with a partner. This can go for any type of situation that there may be a little tension, maybe a little bitterness, maybe a bit of conflict or strife. If you really step back and say, for a job, for example, let's use that. Why am I in this job? What am I here to get out of this job? And step beyond that to understand the whole.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. When you can take yourself out of a situation, then you can see the whole situation. You can kind of see things unfolding and where you need to add things to it, maybe take some things out, as far as emotion wise. So if you're able to see that, a lot of people kind of find themselves in the situation. So they're sinking, they're drowning in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So they really can't see the land for it. They can't see the answers to it.
It's like quicksand, right?
Hmm.
Like the more you struggle, the quicker you sink to the bottom. It's the same thing.
Yeah, yeah, because the more that struggle, the more you just spinning your wheels,
Mm-hmm.
the more energy you're wasting. So you want to actually hone in and focus that energy on really what you're trying to accomplish.
Right.
And really at that moment, you're trying to accomplish understanding. You're trying to accomplish what is making this person upset, or also what is making this person happy. If you can identify what makes that person happy too, then you can start working on those things to kind of help them out of any negative situation that they may fall into.
Mm-hmm. So this activity, this day, requires some introspection.
Mm-hmm.
It requires meditation, prayer, quiet time,
Mm-hmm.
okay, where you can really think about that. Think about this person or situation and think about why they're wounded. What has caused them to be this way? What type of hurt have they experienced? Visualize this person. Visualize yourself sitting across from this person. Look into their eyes. Think back to that moment where they told you that story about when they were abandoned, or when this person hurt them, or when they almost had to go bankrupt, or whatever the situation is that really kind of wounded that person. Look at them from that perspective. And if you can hold that person in light of their pain in that scenario, you'll be a little bit more strategic about what you say and how
Mm-hmm.
you handle them and how you move forward. So that's what we mean by a new birth. A new birth, a new perspective on the situation, a new perspective on yourself.
Mm-hmm. Being able to really open your heart and really try to understand someone gives you also patience too. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you have patience and you try to understand someone, you really genuinely want to take note of what they do. Take
Mm-hmm.
note of what makes them feel good or what makes them feel bad. You know, because a lot of times it's all in how we say things.
Yeah.
Our tone, all those things. So just be mindful of those things when you're trying to understand, when you're trying to be empathetic, and all of those things. You want to make sure that you're also being patient with that person.
Right. So if this person is triggered by, let's say, finances, and you come to them with a bill and they snap off at you, and then you react, and why are you snapping off at me? Just think about it. Take a step back and go beyond what you can get out of them and what they can get out of you to see the pain, to see, I understand why they snap off at these situations because of this scenario that occurred where they felt abandoned and hurt and alone. So going forward, I'm going to make these decisions and I'm going to be patient and I'm going to do this.
Also, think about if it's a pattern too, do you always get in that type of argument when bill time comes around? You know,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
if that is, then you know that finances maybe stress them out. So maybe it's a way that you're coming to them and presenting the issue, or maybe you should do the bills together. Maybe those things. Try to find out healthy solutions and healthy ways, other than leading into the argument or frustration or anger.
Yeah, the tit for tat.
Right, right. Because the more you do those things, it just causes more
And the
separation.
more you're gonna sink in that quicksand.
Hmm. I want you to find ways out of it. So,
Mhm.
you be calm. Also, if you have two people there, then normally one person has to throw you a rope, you know, and then throwing you a rope is really giving you more information to kind of help the problem.
Mhm.
Because that's really why you're in the situation in the first place. There's a problem that got you in that quicksand. So
Mhm.
now you have that problem, and now you got to work your way out of it.
That's
You can do
right.
it.
You could do
You
it.
can do it.
Take back your power. That's
Yes.
what this is really about at the core of it,
Hmm.
is that you don't have to give away all your energy. Take back your power.
Right. Because the more you have split energy or you're giving away your energy, the less you're using that for things that you want in your life, things that you want to come to you, things you want to manifest.
Mhm.
And those things are the things that's going to bring happiness and joy to you. So if you're able to understand someone in a relationship and have empathy for that person, and you do it from a place of power, then you hold that vibration. You don't give up any polarity, any stress, any negativity, and you show love. So then more of the things that you're trying to attract come to you,
Mhm.
because that's what you want to do, is have a great, wonderful life. And that great, wonderful life means that you're able to give and receive love in the ways that you want to give and receive love.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, yes, day 23, we want you to get the love you want. So, practice this.
Mhm.
We know this will work for you.
Right.
Also, we want you to comment. Let us know, what do you think about day 23? What do you
Yes.
think about getting the love you want?
Yes. Like, please.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Good stuff.
So we love you and we want you to subscribe. Also, if you're not subscribing, what are you doing? Subscribe. It's time. It's
Mhm.
time. Come join the Mars Life family. We love you and we want to be a part of your life too. All right?
Mhm.
So go out there and continue to get the love you want. We
The
love
love you
you, Mars
want.
Life.
My life.
Virgin birth is the birth of the spiritual in man out of the animal man. When you are awakened at the level of the heart to compassion and suffering with the other person, that is the beginning of humanity. Love, you might say, is the burning point of life. Joseph Campbell. As we deal with our survival as a child, our natural empathic connection to others is disrupted. We become preoccupied with self-preservation, and our interactions with others becomes self-serving. We focus on what we need and how to get it. We become more and more self-absorbed. Our interest and knowledge center on our own small world. In order for things to change, we must face the fearsome task of removing ourselves from the center of our own tiny world. We must go through a spiritual rebirth. That happens when we open ourselves to that pain of others, without absorbing it, so that we can empathize with their wounding. We then move beyond self-absorption and isolation. This opening to the wounds of others, and the commitment to their healing is the core agenda of the conscious relationship. In this emergent compassion for the pain of another, a spiritual transformation takes place. To relinquish our self-centered worldview to share the center of the universe with those that we choose, opens the heart and calms the inner critic. Then we begin to experience our interconnectedness with all things. We are no longer alone. We have been born again. Once again today, visualize your partner as a wounded child. Hold in mind one story in particular that they have told you, an incident of shame or abandonment or sorrow. As you focus on this pained child, allow yourself to feel compassion for your partner. In quiet today, I allow my self-absorption to fade as I direct my energy toward the needs of others. I allow myself to acknowledge their pain, so that we can connect.
You know I want the love. You know you need the love. You know we want the love. You know I want the love. You know we need the love. You know I got the love. Man, can you feel the love? Can you feel the love? You know I give you love. You know we giving love. You know we need your love. Mas life. Mas life.
Check out the new merch. Get your family dripped up and draped out in the new merch. Ah, yeah. That drip is here. That drip is here. That drip is here. That drip is here. The source, the drip is here. The son of source shorts, man, that drip is here. We got the leggings for the lady drip. It's here. We got the leggings for the lady drip. It's here. The son of source shirts. The drip is here. The son of source shirts. The drip is here. Source's brain shirts, man, that shirt is so tight. Man, that shirt is so tight. Don't mess up my vibe. Don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live, man. Don't mess up my vibe. You can see the vibrations on the front. You can raise your vibrations on the front. You ain't gotta worry about it. You can get some socks. You can get some socks. You can get some socks. The drip is so live. The drip is so live. Don't mess up my vibe. Don't mess up my vibe. Mine's life. Mine's life. The drip is so vibe. The drip is so live. The drip is so live. Don't mess up my vibe, man. That shirt is so live. The son of source shirt. The son of source shirt. Man, that shirt's so live. Man, that shirt's so live. Don't mess up my vibe. Don't mess up my vibe. The merch is here. The merch is here. Mine's life. Mine's life, man. That merch is here. Man, get your shirt. Get your shirt. Get your shirt. Get your shirt. Man, don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live. Don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live. Get some socks. Get some socks. You can get a dog shirt. You can get your dog shirt. You can get your dog shirt. That messed up my vibe, man. That shirt is so live. Don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live. Son of source. Son of source. Son of source. Son of southern source. Son of southern source. The source healing center shirt. Mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. Let your family get draped up in the drape. Let your family get dripped in the drape. Hey, that shirt is so live. Don't mess up my vibes. Mine's life. Mine's life. The merch is here. The merch is here. The merch is here. Hey.